track conditions continue to dry out. Next race on circuit is the Formula 125. Dennis and Duncan is going to take us through the race.
So as we see the 125s leaving the garage past Andrew Donald, our chief pit lane marshal there. 125, we've also got one of our Kawasaki's, that's Ty McIntosh on that bike, and so Rory Skinner on the front row from McGillivray and Robson. Ashley Robson getting a front row start with Polanski, Patterson and Murray, Gill and McIntosh, the top 8, in fact the entire grid there. The Knockhill Motorsports Club 125s, they're quite exciting, these little kids, when they get going, Dennis. They try very, very hard.
Where's that camera mounted? It looks like it's off the side of the mudguard there.
Actually quite impressive, that. Possibly on a fork leg, you never know.
It looks like the wheel's spinning backwards just with the motion there. If you watch it, it's quite a funky camera shot.
These guys at AJK TV, they know how to mount the cameras and get the best shots for us here at the Knockhill Motorsports Club. And here comes young Rory Skinner. This man is pretty special, Dennis, you've got to say. He's got an 80cc engine there. He's in the Grand Prix 125 chassis with the 80cc putting it in the Formula 125 bike alongside him of Declan McGillivray.
Declan McGillivray, how much pressure did he put Rory Skinner under yesterday in dry conditions?
Awesome.
And good to see a 125 running at a proper pace that we know they can, and obviously that shows that they're very equal and competitive bikes, the GP80 to the Aprilia RS 125.
We do like Declan McGillivray. We're a big fan of him in the commentary box. We just wish we'd see him a little bit more often on the number 21 bike. So we're just getting everybody gridded and lined up here. We are about to go racing on tricky conditions for them here as well.
Yeah, damp conditions. Young Rory Skinner always runs wet tyres on that GP80 bike, so he's got no issues at all. And the other guys should be all on damp tyres. In fact, Bethany Polanski in a full wet to get off the line, and look at that. And she's definitely learned that one from her dad there, because Matt Polanski was the man of the moment last year with the starts on that pre-injection bike as she charges down towards a hairpin.
Yeah, McGillivray's managed to go over the top of her on the brakes there, but Rory Skinner absolutely checked out there. He got that thing onto the power band and just leapt away from everybody.
It's like a 2-second lead by the first corner, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll have that. I absolutely like that. He'll be enjoying that as he comes round in the next lap as the 125s head along Hislop's towards the Clarks for the first time of asking her on board with Bethany Polanski. And Beth, she's come on leaps and bounds, considering, remember last year we used to give her 3 laps a race and she'd have to get black flagged because they were coming up to lap her. Look where she is now, she's sitting in 3rd place.
A total revelation, Duncan, and it's sometimes one of these things, you know, when you've been riding, you'll go away for the winter, you're away from the bike, it gives you time to think and understand things, and when you come back it's a fresh approach and instantly going quicker, and you're not talking by a little bit, you're talking by massive chunks of seconds. You know,
almost
like
6
to 10 seconds quicker per lap, but it looks easier, smoother, more controlled, and this is what you like to see, is progression. And maybe I had a missed gear there, and as Bethany Polanski just struggling with gears there initially, she actually put her hand up there, and I think that Ashley Robson managed to sneak through, so Bethany unfortunately there to have a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, getting a replay of that. There's Ashley Robson flies through on Leslie's there, and she's another very, very quick young lady. We've got 3 of them which normally come out to play, but we don't have Gillian McGaw here this weekend. Gillian McGaw unfortunately not with us on 125 duty, but look at this at the front. Declan McGillivray is absolutely trying everything he knows, and he's done a lot of mini motor racing in the past, everything he knows to try and catch up with this Rory Skinner.
I like his riding style, McGillivray. He's a big guy to be on that bike, and or compared to Rory Skinner's just minute, isn't he? He's so small, yeah. But Declan doing a fantastic job, and he's swallowing up. Now look at the gap he's gaining in as he charged through towards Scotsman Corner. He's almost up towards the back of Rory Skinner already. He's very much a
kind of a 2-stroke like Adrian Coates, always head buried behind the screen, never wants to get that thing out in the wind there and try and get a bit more speed up the main straight. But here he goes, he's managed in that last lap wind in young Rory Skinner, and these bikes are extremely well matched on power on the main straight, and they're actually riding very well, because these are tricky conditions, Dennis. You can fold the front so easily on one of these bikes because they're so light.
Yeah, for sure, tricky conditions. It looks like almost towards the top end of the power. The 125 starts to come back towards a GP80 bike, Duncan, but on initial drive, young Rory Skinner is so small, he managed to pull away as he looked towards Ty McIntosh there.
Yeah, alongside him Lewis Patterson, son of Torkel Patterson, and Torkel giving his son all sorts of advice there, keeping him right as they go over the crest hill. Good to see the 4 strokes and the 125s mixing it together.
Just watching there, Duncan, I'm sure Torkel probably would have spoke to his young lad there that maybe he's on wet tyres, and we know it's getting a dry line. Keep off the dry line, keep on the wet part of the track, keep the tyres nice and cool as well.
Look at these two though. Look at McGillivray charging up to the back of Rory Skinner. Rory Skinner quite happy to soak up the pressure that Declan McGillivray is putting on him. And it's like little and large, isn't it? As they come up through Leslie's over the top of Sate curves on towards another lap. McGillivray trying to get out, trying to get in the slipstream of Rory Skinner, but there just isn't a slipstream there, is there?
No, he's still hitting the wind. but over the top he goes and charging down to the hairpin. And can McGillivray get close enough for a pass, Duncan? Look at this. They are very, very close. You know, as close as they've been all race and all weekend they've been like this.
Oh, Declan McGillivray very close to the back of Rory Skinner there. It must be trying to like slipstream a Jack Russell for Declan McGillivray. There's not a lot of frontal area in front of him from Rory Skinner. But now they're heading along towards Hyslops and Clarks. This is where the track starts to dampen up a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. This is probably quite tricky as they go in towards Clarks, but you can see halfway through the corner, Duncan, perfectly dry and just a little bit damp on the exit. But this line getting better and better all the time as they go through the top of the chicane. And Rory Skinner using the curves both sides straight through, but McGillivray deciding to miss them. So like I say, McGillivray maybe not done as much track time as Rory Skinner, but probably the same for them, both reverse. But yeah,
this is where young Declan really strong in and through Scotsman and then up through Leslie's. Onto the top of the hill. McGillivray's pretty strong here, winding that little bike up, tries to get tucked in. Look at that, everything getting tucked in behind that bubble. Needs to take that bib off, that might be slowing him down a little bit as well as he go over the crest hill to chalk off another lap here at Knockhill. Down towards Apin, it's still number 69. Rory Skinner leads the way from 21. Declan McGillivray, we did say it's like little and large, but they're riding very well together. Rory Skinner adapting and soaking up this pressure really well, which he's not really used to.
No, for sure. Rory Skinner's normally riding around on his own, and we've seen this in previous years. You know, you look back to the mini twins last year, Duncan. Paul McClung, he was riding on his own under no pressure, but now he's in a class with Super Sport 600 guys or Super Stock 600s. He's being competitive and he's racing, and it's good to see. And this is what Rory Skinner needs. Rory Skinner needs to be put under pressure. He's only a young kid. We've got to remember he's only 11 years old, and he's got dispensation to be out there and doing this. But he's such a talented young guy, you've got to admit, you know, but the more pressure and the more faster guys he rides with, the better he's going to get and the more he's going to flourish. And this is what you see in Spain and other foreign championships. And these guys progress through into Grand Prix and what we would probably call Moto 3 now.
Yeah.
And there's every chance of Rory Skinner, if he keeps this up, maybe he progresses on to Spain over the next couple of years, he could be in Moto 3 by the time he's 14-year-old, possibly.
Marquez, Pedrosa, Lorenzo, you know, they're all come from that junior ranks, and we've had a good few riders out there as well. Our very own Kev Coughlin cut his teeth out there in Spain, and John McPhee as well.
Well, John McPhee out there now in Moto 3, Kev Coughlin riding World Super Sport. These guys have pushed onto mega things, and Rory Skinner, you know, it's good. The actual the 125 class sponsored by his dad, Skinner Motorcycles, and this is great to see these guys out there doing a good job. And you've got to admit, maybe his dad might have to sell his shop and move abroad or something like that. But you know, these guys have got the chance to flourish and not taking anything away from Declan McGillivray. Declan doing a great job.
Well.
He's off the mini bikes as well, and he's adapting well to the 125. And yeah, it was on the metric kit. I'm sure we saw him last year.
He raced a couple of meetings last year, or a meeting for us last year on the 80cc metric kit, the Declan McGillivray, and it looked like me riding a kid's unicycle. It was tiny bike for him, and he was just so underpowered. He pushed it so hard, and eventually, you know, slipped off the thing. But we're seeing him here riding so well in this 125 Aprilia, and they've just gone past Jordan Gill there, number 22, and McGillivray tucked right in behind Ty McIntosh, about to come under the cosh of McGillivray and Skinner as they go heading round towards Clarks. Now, this is a chance for Skinner to get past McGillivray. He's going to have to be pretty ruthless here, and yes, he was. And look at that though, they come through Clark on a dry track, as you say, and just where they're looking for loads of grip, it goes damp then.
Yeah, for sure. And how much time did they put on Ty McIntosh there? He's out on the Ninja 250. Good to see Ty McIntosh out there learning his trade as well, and the Ninja 250, it's a nice bike, it's perfect to ride, and he's going to get quicker and quicker all the time. We saw him at the last meeting in the normal direction doing a good job, but tricky conditions. Maybe these guys are more confident with the way the conditions are at the moment than the rest of the guys. Everyone else probably likes it when it's bone dry and there's no issues at all, or whether it's fully wet, so it's even. But it is kind of tricky, but these guys still going on at a hell of a pace.
Absolutely flat out up through the hill there. They come in towards the Apin. It's Lewis Patterson about to go under a lap down now. Lewis lets one of them pass, and he kind of probably knew that Declan McGillivray was about to come past him, and he did. McGillivray running a little bit wide onto the damp part there, almost had to pick the bike up, and he's lost he's not lost a lot of time, but he's lost enough time, enough to make him think.
You could see he was wide, but exactly what you said there. He was picking the bike up, he knew he was wide, he needed to get on the fat part of the tyre.
Oh, McGillivray, sorry Dennis, he loses the back end just when we were talking about needing some grip. McGillivray loses the back end, and down he goes in the gravel trap. He runs to pick the bike up, and what a shame. That was on full lean, just tapping on the little 125cc Aprilia horsepower, and down he goes. And what a shame, Declan McGillivray out of that one. And that lets Rory Skinner completely off the leash, and he has a huge lead now over what would be Ashley Robson in second place.
He's just gone past the 41 machine of Kieran Murray, and McGilvery unfortunately has gone down. But Duncan, look at the time screens. He's already 50 seconds ahead now of the next person on track, which is Ashley Robson, and Bethany Polanski here sitting in third place. And if Bethany didn't have that problem, you know, she came out Scotsman corner, she lost a load of drive, and Ashley Robson came through. She might well have been in the mix with Ashley Robson there, battling for second place. But this will be an overall well-deserved podium. And the camera shot we were getting from earlier on, you can actually see it is mounted just off the side of the mudguard, Duncan. There, very unusual as the guys come underneath the Beatson's Building Supplies bridge, ready to clacker for another lap.
Yep, there goes Bethany Polanski past us now, but still feeling pretty sorry for young Declan McGilvery there. But here comes Rory Skinner. He flashes past, and Rory Skinner takes a well-deserved checker flag. He had to fight very hard for that one. From Ashley Robson in second place, young Beth Polanski gets a well-deserved podium. Kieran Murray, Lewis Patterson, Ty McIntosh, Jordan Gill, and the luckless Declan McGilvery part at Clark Corner at the side of the track.
Ashley, 2 girls on the podium, but you came home in second place. A good race, but an unfortunate incident at the end that put you up onto second.
Yeah, well, I just hope Dagen's okay. I had a really good time as well, so it's good.
Reverse direction and some tricky conditions to make it even harder for you. How are you enjoying it? Because it's a completely new circuit now.
Oh yeah, it's really good. It's quite a fast track as well, and the fact that it was damp and I had dry tyres on, so it was challenging, but it was good. So.
Happy just to get it home. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Betty, third place. 2 girls on the podium as well.
Yeah, it's great.
Reverse direction at Knockhill. It's given us a new circuit here, a new circuit for you guys to learn, and it was made a little bit more tricky with the wet, slippery conditions as well.
They actually weren't that bad. The racing line was very dry.
Did you go with a wet tyre or dry?
I was on full wet.
There you go, and you're back in one piece.
Yay!
Well done.
Thank you.